Before I let you
Don't.
Wow. Look at us. You know what I mean? Like, so much, so many memories in this place. Such as, like, remember when Timmy, he dropped the ball? Remember? Oh my God.
Like it was just yesterday.
Literally just yesterday.
You know.
You read my mind, you're in it.
You're reading it?
You guys. Like, look at us. This is a full
Look
circle
at us.
moment. You know what I mean? Just a year ago, we was sitting here
Just a year.
filming our first YouTube video in our apartment.
You know what? I mean, it doesn't even feel like a year.
It don't feel like
It
it, Taylor.
really- it really
It don't. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna put the X in the way. I'm gonna try. All right. But what's going on, you guys? Listen. So, based off of the title of this. Sorry, do it again.
Do your shit, come on.
Oh my God, what's going on, everybody? As y'all probably figured based off of the title of this video, this month we're celebrating. Damn it! We're celebrating our 1 year Roomie Anniversary. This is confetti. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So yes, this month we celebrated our 1 year anniversary living together. May 11th was the first day that we moved in together.
Yeah, and we've been here since 1915.
We've been here since.
It's been a minute for us, so you know we're coming up on that year again. So I'm really excited where this has to take us.
Oh my goodness,
You know?
yeah, the journey's just beginning.
You know,
You know what I mean? Only my third day out here. You know what I mean? So in celebration of it, I wanted to do a little like roomie Q&A for us. I asked a bunch of you guys on our.
Sorry, I have to fix it.
Yeah.
It's just bothering me a little bit.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Time and a place for everything, but yeah. You good? You look good?
I feel way better.
Okay, yeah, I bet. So, I wanted to do a roomie Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram a few days ago, just any questions you guys had about us as roommates, any questions about roommates in general, specific to us, not specific to us, everything, and we're just gonna answer it. All right. So, the first question on the list, why/how did y'all become roommates? Little origin story.
Start from the beginning.
Starting from the top.
The Renaissance.
You know, where did we really begin?
2019, 2020.
2020?
Really?
Was
That's
really
what
the
it
beginning,
was?
like right before the pandemic.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's when we became friends. That's when we became cool.
You know, like mutuals with each other. We started FaceTiming and stuff.
I feel like I say this all the time, but the only reason why I know who this man is because everybody and their mother swore up and down we were the same person. When I tell you all of my tags mentioned, oh my God,
Is this you?
You look just like Isaiah. Oh, girl. You see two brown-skinned individuals
With some nice teeth.
with nice teeth, and we was bald at the time.
Oh,
we had waves.
Bald hair.
Okay, and you're the same person. We're not.
No.
We're not. But that's the only reason why I knew who this man was. And then I was like, well, let me see what the fuss is about. You know what I mean? We kikied.
see?
Had very similar energy, very animated. And like you said, FaceTiming and just
FaceTiming,
our
yeah.
friendship picked up from there. Why do you think we became roommates?
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, after like I wouldn't even say second trip. I would say after like the first trip, really. Like I feel like we realized how much we had in common, like our similarities and things. And I was already thinking about moving out anyway. You know, it already crossed my mind like multiple times. But I was like, a little roommate would be cute. And I was like, I couldn't think of any other roommate. But I was like, we was right here.
No, really.
We was right here.
We clicked like real quick. It's so funny because I remember, because the first time we ever met in person, we literally took a trip together. Like we went to LA. I got to the hotel first.
You did.
And then you came in after me. And it was like that anticipation of like, are they gonna be cool people? Are they really gonna hit it off for real? But when I tell you, energy was there from
The
jump.
first day,
It was crazy. And like heavy on, you were the only person that I realistically saw myself moving in with. We clicked. And I feel like, yeah, it was just like, it made the most sense. Like, I feel like he was like the first person I thought of.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Crazy. Okay. Okay, how was the moving process?
Whew.
Ooh, there are multiple things that the few obstacles we had to overcome when we first got here. Not only moving just in general, like from state to state, because I came from North Carolina, so I had to take this big ass U-Haul with my car attached to the back of the U-Haul, like 4 hours. I'm going like 30 miles per hour on the interstate, okay? And then we get here, because I stopped by Messiah's house, pick up his stuff, put it in the back of the U-Haul too. We get to our apartment complex. Our apartment is at the end of this long ass hallway. So you leave the elevator, turn left again, turn left again, and then that's where our apartment is. So we had to carry these couches, we had to carry our beds.
Oh my God,
we had to
heavy
carry
on the couches.
down this long ass hallway.
We ate in a day. For us to have all that stuff,
Yeah.
we ate to do that all in a day.
Because our building gives us like windows of time that we can use the service
Yeah.
elevator.
And we
had no choice. Okay, we had no choice.
Oh my God, I painted that day.
You did.
Oh my God, I painted the first
Yeah.
day.
You were on your home improvement shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing my little gold thingy because I did like these whole like stripes and everything.
Mhm.
So I painted like the wall like gold, right? And I put the tape over
Over
it.
it.
Then I painted the white like 2-3 times. That was like a 2-day process.
Yeah.
Whew.
Girl.
That was the time.
You did it. I don't know how you did it because my walls are the same color. Okay. So it was cute. Honestly, it was cute. I feel like once we got into the apartment, it was smooth after that. This TV though, like you said, that's a whole nother story. Do you want to talk about that?
We should talk about it.
Yeah, right.
Where was we at? Was it at Target?
Walmart.
Was it? It was
It was
Walmart.
Walmart. It was Wally World, yeah.
So we was like, okay, we just need a TV, y'all.
Mhm.
You know, get this nice little 65, 70-inch TV. You know what I'm saying? So we think, I bet, like we might be able to. I don't even think I thought it was able to fit inside the car.
I don't think you did, but I was real optimistic. I said, we're fitting this TV in the back of my car.
Because you see, I used to work at Target. You know, I was the electric manager and everything. So, you know, I always had to wheel the TVs out to people. And I would be sick when somebody came like a Honda Corolla and they bought like an 80-inch TV. Girl, because
Yo, this big ass TV is not fitting.
then you're gonna ask me if I got ropes? No. So we go to Walmart to get this TV, and we were like, all right, bet. I'm like, we rolling it down, and I'm like, Isaiah, I don't think this TV gonna fit inside this car.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You just gotta put it at an angle. You know what I mean? If you slant it a little bit, mind you, it's not even just the TV. You know that big ass box.
It's the box
that it's in. I'm thinking you just put it at an angle.
You know, it don't fit.
It's nothing.
Mind you, it was already like 165 degrees outside.
Oh,
Okay. Just got a haircut.
I'm wearing this thick ass sweater. Remember? Mind you, it's summertime. Okay, this is May, June. Okay, I'm wearing this sweater. He got a fresh haircut.
I said, ooh.
Sweating 2 seconds into trying to put his TV in the backseat of his car. Okay.
He tried putting it at the angle.
At an angle.
He tried putting it straight ahead.
Mind you, we had both of the doors open, okay? TV hanging out on both sides of the back
Yeah,
seat.
he couldn't even close
Okay,
one
he
side.
had at least 3 inches hanging out on both sides. I said, no, you guys. I was trying to do anything under the sun to try and make this work. I mean, maybe if we lean the seat forward.
Okay.
And then tilt it above the seat. No,
Mhm.
they didn't.
He said, take it out.
Take it out this box. So we literally took this big ass TV, took it out of the box, left the styrofoam and the box on the side of the road.
He said, we'll get with this.
Okay. Well, we didn't come back for the box. I just left it on the side of the parking lot. But we had to slide the TV flat again. Like I said, because the passenger seat, you were squished up like this, girl.
All the way to the front.
Okay. When I tell you, and I had to slide my seat up too, so I'm on the steering wheel like this.
Okay.
Okay, this nigga crimped underneath it. Oh, that was a mess. It looked so ghetto. But we made it. We made it. We got it done. We got it done. Okay, because fuck that box.
Okay.
Honestly, the TV was the most troublesome part.
No, really, out of everything.
Okay, next question. Do you spend most of y'all's time together or apart?
It's like a balance.
It's a balance. We're always home
For
together.
sure.
But like I feel like we're always doing our respective things. At first, I will say like we was doing everything together.
Okay.
Like we was always running errands together. We was always going to the gym together. We was always meeting up with friends together.
Okay,
Like
trips.
everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
First, like,
And like I remember, and I told him this too. I remember when we first moved in together. Like, cause I don't have any siblings. You know what I mean? And I remember like for those first couple of months, and it's kind of like. It gives like puppy dog energy. But I remember like he would be doing anything and I feel like my body like just like naturally was like facing towards him. So he'd be in the kitchen cooking and I'd be sitting on the couch like this. Like I just was so not used to like having other people in my space. So my body just like naturally was like facing him. You know what I mean?
So I feel like, yeah, like for sure, like for the first couple of months, we definitely had like our little together all the time, you know, roomies for the first time, Sam and Cat episode. But like now, I feel like it's definitely like it's more balanced. Like, you know, he might have his trips, I might have my trips or whatever. You know, he has his friends, I have my friends. But you know, overall, like we definitely still meet in the middle here and there.
Almost definitely. Ooh, oh, damn, I forgot some of these questions. Okay, sharing a space isn't always easy. What was the most awkward combo y'all had to have as roommates?
Ooh, I'm trying to think.
I forgot all about. Hold on. Do you have anything?
I'm trying to think.
Okay. I feel like I never have awkward conversations with you, but the most awkward conversation I've ever had to have with you was about not even us living together. It was, remember when I told you about you and in the bed together? So one of the most awkward conversations I've ever had to have with Messiah. So basically, like I told you, we became cool in 2020, and we started taking some trips together. And I remember, I think the second time that we had met up, this was when I was visiting Atlanta. It was I was visiting Atlanta, and there was this person that he was talking to at the time. Okay, and I was at Messiah's place. We were all in Messiah's house, and we were all in his bed together. We slept together that night, and I had woke up early in the morning, right? I'm on my phone facing, the other side. So they're like cuddling together and stuff. I'm on my phone facing the wall. And then I just feel a lot of movement behind me. And I feel like my body kind of went into like shock a little bit. I was like paralyzed. I was like, okay. What are you saying in this moment? What are you saying in this moment? I just sat there waiting for things to stop, die down a little bit. And then I just pretended I was asleep the whole time. You know what I mean?
So crazy, 'cause I thought you were asleep.
And then, right. No, I wasn't. And then fast forward, I remember I pulled him aside. And I said, hey, that morning I was awake. And we're not doing that ever again.
And the way I looked, I was like, oh. What you talking about?
What you talking about, girl? Yeah, I was awake for that. That was the most awkward conversation I've ever had to have with him. But it never happened again. Never happened. Because if it did, we would have a problem. Hey, listen, because y'all gonna be mad at me, because I'm shutting this shit down. Okay?
We were so young.
Because they said, hey, girly pop. Love you, really.
We didn't hear your phone. Like,
oh, no, because my phone's always on silent. Volume on 0. Yeah.
Oh, he's asleep.
So that's mine. What about you?
I don't feel like it was like an awkward conversation. But I remember like the first like month or 2-3 months or whatever, I was like really big on like washing dishes and everything. And so I was always the type to be like, hey, like make sure you wash all the food off your plate and everything, And so I remember there was like the first couple of times like I probably saw like a crumb or like a brownie stain on a plate. And I was like, hey, hey, I would prefer you just put hot water and soap on it and just throw it inside the dishwasher. I feel like, I was like, I don't know how to address this. I didn't know how to address it. But you're like, yeah, of course.
No, because my thing is, there's a question that says, who cooks/cleans more? And I throw down in the kitchen, okay? I work like a dog, day and night. No, Messiah definitely is a cooker and cleaner of the house. When he cooks, he cleans them dishes right after, puts them in the dishwasher, puts up immediately. And don't get me wrong, I definitely do, like being an only child, like I grew up being the cleaner of the house.
Oh yeah.
But then once I moved in with him, and I saw that he was a cooker/cleaner, I kicked my feet up real quick. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. He would always see like the dishes and stuff, so I never knew. Cause like I said, I always wash dishes with my mom, and I always put stuff in the dishwasher. So like I knew what the dishes looked like, and if I needed to do X, Y, and Z, I did it myself. So like whenever he took that responsibility, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I didn't know, and I would be so real with you. I said, my man, girl, that's my fault.
Oh, sorry. My fault, OG.
So like after that, I was like, rinse it off. But yeah, and that wasn't even that. I mean, probably for you to address it since you weren't like used to it. But like in the moment, I was like, oh yeah, I got you.
It was nothing. Like after it was done, I was like, yeah,
you know, it's fine. But yeah, so yeah.
Like I feel like one thing about like living with him is like we're able to come to an understanding for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to like me, like it's hard for me to address things sometimes. But like to just living with you, just knowing that how much of an understanding person you are and you can be and stuff like that, I really appreciate that. You know?
What's up? Because I will get emotional, but oh my god, thank you.
You know?
And I do appreciate like you actually like taking that time to like talk to me about certain things. You know what I mean? Because I will say, like I said, like this man, like he is the cooker and cleaner of the house. And I say this, and I say this in the most appreciative and grateful way possible. I took full advantage. I take full advantage. Okay? The fact that I know that this man, okay, fucking them plates up. Okay? Because when we come home from the gym in the morning, okay, he be having them plates ready. Okay, bacon, eggs, sausage, waffles, hash browns,
Okay.
toast, everything. I mean,
Cash.
okay, in your hand. Because I feel like there are certain things that we do in varying levels, okay? Like sometimes he gives 80%, sometimes I give 20, sometimes I give 60%, sometimes he gives 40 in different areas, okay? He is the cooker and cleaner 95% of the time, okay? I'm not fine, okay? I'm not fine, but I can say in those areas, he cares. Okay, I carry in other areas. You know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, so I appreciate him greatly. Okay, because if it wasn't for him, I'd be ordering out every single day of the week.
Well,
okay. Okay, no, because this is a good question. Okay, what's one thing the other does that annoys you, and then also on the other side, what's your favorite thing about the other person or that you've learned about the other person? And I want you to be so honest with me.
leaving your clothes in the washing machine.
Quick.
I feel like growing up with siblings that used to always piss me off. I'd be like, girl,
Okay.
I gotta wash these jeans for school tomorrow. You got all these clothes in here. Not only that, but it stank. Girl, I used to be sick. Oh, I used to be sick.
Why is it already stinking? Oh my goodness!
He doesn't do it all the time, I promise, but I just feel like I'm one of those people, I dealt with it all the time. So like the one in the blue moon, it's still gonna piss me off. Like, damn!
And I'll be washing clothes at the most sporadic times of the day. Okay, because he has a system. He washes clothes every Sunday, right?
Every Sunday.
One thing about me, I can start washing clothes at 2 a.m.
On a
I can
Tuesday.
say, okay, I'll be about to go to sleep and I'll just put my clothes in the washing machine. So then I'll wake up, forget all about it. We already went to the gym, we ate, making content the next day, clothes still in the washing
Okay, I don't know
machine.
where them clothes are.
Okay. I'm like, damn, where are my underwear at? Oh. You're right. You're right.
But my favorite thing about you is I feel like you're really quick to pick up on energy with me. Like I feel like a lot of people can say that but can't really like justify like explain it. But I feel like with you, like you know like when my mood shift or even when I'm trying to like hide my emotions and stuff like that, you're like, girl.
Like, come on.
Okay.
Like, let's be real.
So I feel like that's something I definitely like favor about you a lot. Cause I'm just like, oh, like, a lot of people can't really read me like that, or let's at least put the effort into wanting to read that, and like that just shows that you care as a person.
Oh yeah.
So like I really appreciate that for sure.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I've learned so much about you so quick too. It's so funny because I feel like you definitely like wear your heart on your sleeve, and he thinks he's covering it sometimes. But I'm like, yeah, girl. Even when you're trying to cover it, I can see that you're trying to cover something. And one thing that I really appreciate about him is that he's gonna tell me.
Oh yeah,
I know he
I'm
will.
gonna tell you.
So like even in that moment, if I ask him, "Are you okay?" and he's like, "Yeah, like I'm straight," I'm like, "Okay." 10, 9, 8, and then he even tell me 2 seconds later.
Guess what?
Okay. I'm like, look, girl, just waiting on it. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay, something that annoys me about him, and I know I can't change it because this is him, but he be having the most random outbursts, loud outbursts, or like phrases that he'll repeat constantly, and I feel like I'm like in the middle of a nightmare sometimes. Like he'll be like,
Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza.
I didn't even want to say it. He will have a phrase that he won't shut up about for like 10 consecutive minutes.
Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Domino's pizza.
Oh, okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. Yeah. It almost gives like parent-child sometimes. But I've definitely grown accustomed to it. Like, I will say it still annoys me sometimes. But I'm like, what can you do? You know what I mean? One of my favorite things about him is that he motivates me a lot because he's a very, like, active person. Like, very productive. And it pisses me off because on the days where he's like, ew, like, I'm just so lazy. Like, he'll take a break for, like, 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay.
And he'd be like, ew, like, I didn't do anything today. We went to the gym. He cooked. He posted on 4 different platforms. He's going to go stream tonight. Girl, what are you talking about? What does that make me? Okay? If you're lazy, if you're not doing shit, then what am I doing? Okay? Because I promise you, I posted once last week. I ate the food that he cooked. Okay? I know he went to the gym today, like, but I feel like he's definitely motivated me a lot and just being a lot more consistent and understanding that I can do a lot more. Because before, one thing about me, if I did 2 things in a day, I'm done. Or I'm tapped. Okay?
I'm clocking out.
Woo! Golly! Today drained me! Okay? But I've definitely gotten to a point, I'm like, okay, I can do a lot more. And I'm actually, like, a lot more energized just when I see him doing stuff and I hear him filming videos. I'm like, damn, let me get my ass up.
Let me do something.
Oh, fuck. I feel like he's giving my life a lot more structure, too.
Oh.
Because this nigga's up at fucking 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey.
Okay, I'm like, damn. Okay, some of the quicker ones. Okay, who cooks / cleans more? Who's messier? I don't think either one of us are messy. I wouldn't categorize this as messy at all. I'll say, again, like, he cleans. One thing about him, he cleans, okay? But I will say that one thing that I find really funny about him is that he'll leave, like, an empty carton of, like, juice sitting on the counter for, like, the whole day with, like, 3 Rice Krispie treat wrappers chilling on the grounds from when he was laying on the couch. But then again, he cleans all the time. So I'm like, I mean,
alright.
okay, girl.
It'd be so random.
Like, it's never a mess. Like, it's never a mess. But you just randomly see, like, his shoes in the middle of the ground or, like, a lighter chilling underneath the TV. And I'm just like, girl, like,
what's going on?
it's whatever. Like, he'll, like, leave it, come back to it, like, 6 hours later.
Have you on 6 hours
You
later?
know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, okay. Who has the most tea? You ain't even gotta ask the question, though.
I really need some time. Just sometimes, not all occasionally, you know.
Who has more visitors?
Because y'all in our business. Y'all being so nosy.
But I feel like we consistently have visitors.
You know?
You know what I mean? I feel like at one point it would be like him more than me, then it would switch and be me more than him.
You know?
You know what I mean? So it's like,
It bounces off.
but in that same breath, it's like we still don't have people over all the time.
No.
Has anyone had sex in a room before? I don't know. What was the easiest and hardest thing y'all had to go through while living together? I'll say one of the easiest things, like we're friends. We were friends before we moved in together. Mm-hmm. We didn't really have that awkward phase of like, oh, like, I have to like figure out who this person is and like, what's their energy, like X, Y, and Z. I was like, oh, like, we kiki before we even moved in together. It wasn't awkward trying to like get to know him.
I can say the same thing for that, though, for being the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So I feel like definitely like in the same thing, like I was able to see like, okay, like I can be vulnerable with you in a sense, and not a lot of people like I can do that with too. So like to be able to build that comfort to know that I can be friends with you and hang out with you, living together and without living with each other. So I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, I can get a hang of this. Yeah.
We created a safe space here for each other.
Safe space.
A safe space. And what was the hardest thing that we've had to go through?
Probably my anxiety.
Okay.
Probably like being able, I feel like before, it took me a long time to be able to like cope with my anxiety with other people. I feel like I just allowed it to deal with myself or like deal with it by myself. I feel like allowing myself, like since you've been living here, I'm like, oh, like I need a hug. Like real bad. I feel like those are like really reassuring moments, but it also took me like a hard time to be able to get used to that because I was so used to dealing with everything like independently, even if it was good or bad, you know? Yeah. So I feel like that was probably the hardest thing, but like it was done.
It was done. We did it.
I mean?
You know? Funny enough, I feel like the same thing. I feel like anxiety was a new thing for me. And that process was like so difficult because I had a really like scary panic attack. And for like for the first couple of months after that, like I dealt with so much anxiety that I've never dealt before in my life. Like I'm a very, like I said, go with the flow, casual person. I'm typically like the dad that people reach out to for advice.
All right.
You know what I mean? So having to be on the opposite end of that and like look to other people for comfort
It was different.
was so new for me. Just like dealing with anxiety, period.
Yeah.
And then also needing other people because I did not have the tools necessary. You know what I mean? So like similar, but like for different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growth.
Growth.
Yeah, no,
Okay, but look at us.
look
You
at
know
us.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that for us. This one I just because y'all want us to have sex so bad.
So bad.
When I tell you, I'm gonna put them all up. Okay, the amount of times people ask us. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Y'all want us to be together so bad. I promise you, me and that man have not, are not, will not be doing none of that. I mean it with my whole chest. Okay? Y'all will see us in the same room together and be like, I knew they were together.
Girl, shut the fuck up. I ain't gotta explain shit to you.
Physically we are. We're in the same space together.
Same house.
You know what I mean? But they take anything and they make it a story.
They run.
Okay? No, y'all. We are siblings at this point. Okay? If something goes missing in the house, you can definitely blame ...
I feel like I'm like quick to take his lighters.
Okay?
That's all I can think of.
This man will have 16 different lighters at the beginning of the week. Come Thursday, all of them are gone. All right, he's gonna, hey, can I use your lighter?
Fell off the balcony.
Okay? You know what I mean? Listen, like, ain't no reason why you ain't got none of the 16 ones that you had started the week off with to like this one candle.
What you asking me?
What you asking me? Okay? And there's one time that he did ask for a lighter. Where'd it end up? Over the balcony. Right.
He dropped down.
Yeah. One thing about this man, he gonna lose something, okay? And it won't even be you actually lost stuff. It'll be like in the couch cushions. But man won't look for longer than 2 seconds and swear he lost something.
I lost it.
People are like, oh, look, I lost my phone. Lift this one pillow up. It's right here.
Look, girl.
Okay? You know what it gives? It's like if I go in that room and I have to look for it myself and I find it, we're gonna have a problem. Okay. Ooh, what's something that each of you learned about yourselves after moving in with each other?
It's alright to not go through things alone. Yeah, like just to accept that like it's okay for me not to do things all the time by myself. Like it's actually okay to reach out and like have comfort from somebody else if I need it in that moment. Because I feel like I have the most trouble with being in my head when I'm like in my own space by myself. But let me be collectively with other people or like with you in general. I'm like, all right, like I'm all right, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like one thing too, and I know I get it sometimes too, but like overthinking, like if you only have yourself to talk to, then the overthinking is gonna keep spiraling.
Yeah.
And you're gonna find more things to add to it. But then you like, all it takes is that one other person to like ground you and be like, no girl, none of that is true. And you're like, whew,
Thank you, girl.
you're right,
You're
okay,
right.
you're right. I'll say it's okay for me to take up space.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like even though I'm a very confident and independent person, I feel like I'm constantly looking to other people to make sure that they're comfortable and that I'm not doing too much for the sake of their comfort. And a lot of times it would be at the expense of my own comfort. So I know that I'm a good person and I know that I'm never coming from a place of malicious intent. So me taking up space shouldn't be a bad thing, and that's one thing that I've learned and I've worked on. It's just being okay with like, listen, I need this in this moment, and it's okay for me to communicate that. And just being like, okay, right now, this is what I'm dissatisfied with, or this is what I need, or I really want to do X, Y, and Z. And that's okay to like be loud about that and actually communicate that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a lot. That's actually a lot to learn from too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, a little journey.
You know?
And then the last question. What advice would you give someone who wants to move in with a roommate?
Go for it, girl. I would say go for it. I feel like once you're able to find somebody that you're comfortable. Accent. Once you're able to find somebody that you're like comfortable with and stuff like that, and you build that type of yin and yang energy, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's all I can really say. You build that comfort with somebody, and once you find that person, don't hesitate on it. You know what I mean? I feel like if you find somebody that you think is like, okay, this is one right here, take the opportunity, because you never know how close, you know, being a roommate with somebody can bring you. You know, as close as you may already be with that person that you're thinking about. So that's what I think.
Okay, that's a good one. For me, some advice that I would give is be okay with having conversations with your roommate.
All right.
I feel like a lot of people, they like to dance around certain conversations because like, oh, I don't want to X, Y, and Z. Like, if it is a topic that affects both of you guys, because living together is not a casual thing, okay? You guys aren't a part of the same club, extracurricular activity together. Like, oh, like we both, you know, play basketball and then we go home separately. Yeah. It's like, no, this is a shared space. And like, you need to prioritize your comfort. They need to prioritize their comfort. And if something happens with them roommate-wise, chances are it's going to affect you as well. So do not hesitate. Like, it's not a bad thing to talk to them about money. It's not a bad thing to talk to them about communication styles, cleanliness, all that. Like, people are very hesitant. But it's like, this is your space as much as it is there. So we just need to talk about that. You need to feel comfortable to take up space. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
You ain't.
Comes back full circle.
All right.
Be okay to take up space in your shared space, okay? If you put money in or where you live,
you better talk.
You better speak up, okay? Well, I think we've come to the end of our journey here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That was a trip down memory lane.
That was a trip down memory lane, I'll tell you that much. But to end it on a strong note, like, this last year has been so interesting, like just getting to know him. We've had such intense moments with one another. We've been through so much together separately that we've seen each other through. You know what I mean? And I've developed so much love for this man in the past year. You know what I mean? And I really, like I said, like I don't say that like just casually. I've never said this about anybody. Like, I feel like this is my brother. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, having no siblings and then going into living with Messiah, like, developing that bond is like unlike any other relationship I've ever had in my life. You know what I mean? Sorry, not really.
I feel the same way. I feel like I've always been like the youngest and everything, you know what I mean? And growing up with like siblings that are like 13, 14 years older than me. So to be able to have somebody that feels like almost that same, like, you know, brother energy, you know, and we're on the same mind space, it's like, oh, you know, I've been wanting this, you know? So yeah. Yeah.
Loved it.
All right. Loved it, Amy.
All right, Tina. Well, we've reached the end of our YouTube video. Obviously, we're living together for at least another year. All right. We don't know what the end of this lease is gonna hold, but I don't imagine this year being any different than this last year. We're gonna keep going. We're separately and together. And I'm actually really excited to see what the rest of this year has in store for us. You know what I mean? What the future holds. You know? But thank y'all so much for watching this YouTube video. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all in the next YouTube video. Bye.
Hey.
You had the audacity to leave your menthol cigarettes on the kitchen floor. You know how much I hate you smoking, and your asthma always acting up or a fool. You're never really on my mind.
Yeah. I think it's going to.
You really can't do it.
Oh, we need to stop. Okay.